Hello, and welcome to Moments in History. I'm Linda Shenton-Matchett, author, speaker, and history geek. While researching my stories, I unearth tons of intriguing historical information that does not end up on my books. So I've created this channel so I can share these tidbits with you. Today we're going to talk about female inventors of the 1800s. On May 5, 1809, Mary Keyes became the first woman to receive a patent in the United States. It was for her technique of weaving straw with silk. Of course, women inventors existed before this time, but the property laws in many states made it illegal for women to own property of their own. This led to some women to apply for patents in their husbands' names if they decided to apply at all. Here are inventions we use today because of 5 resourceful ladies. Sarah Tabitha Babbitt was born December 9, 1779 in Hardwick, Massachusetts. At the age of 14, she joined the Harvard Shaker community. While living in the community, she noticed the men struggled to cut wood with a pit saw, which required 2 users and only cut in one direction, meaning half their motion was wasted. She created a notched tin disc and rigged it to spin with the pedal push of her spinning wheel. Later, it would be connected to a water-powered machine to reduce the effort even more. She's also credited with inventing a process for the manufacture of false teeth and an improved spinning head. Because she was a shaker, however, Tabitha did not patent any of her ideas. Inventor Margaret Maggie Knight was born in York, Maine on Valentine's Day in 1838. Her father died when she was very young, and her mother moved to Manchester, New Hampshire, where Maggie went to work in one of the many cotton mills. Always wanted to play with woodworking tools instead of dolls and other girly toys, she was known for her kites and sleds, which she made for her brothers. As an adult, she went to work at the Columbia Bag Company in Springfield, Massachusetts. Noticing that the machine bags were weak and narrow and the sturdy flat-bottom bags were made by hand, she decided to try mechanizing the process of making a flat-bottom bag. She built a wooden model of the machine but needed a working iron model to apply for the patent, so she asked co-worker and machinist Charles Annan for some help. However, he stole the design and patented the design first. When Maggie attempted to patent the work, she discovered his deception and filed a patent interference lawsuit in the fall of 1870. He argued that no woman could have designed the machine. She responded with hand-drawn blueprints, journals, models, and a number of witnesses who testified she had been making drawings and models since 1867. At the end of her 16-day hearing, she won her case and was awarded her patent in 1871. She founded the Eastern Paper Bag Company, but left the everyday direction to her management team while she continued to invent. Some of her other patents include a dress and skirt shield, a clasp for robes, a spit, and several iterations of machine used for cutting shoe materials. In her 1914 obituary, she was described as a woman Edison. Maria Kenny was born in 1847 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Her father was a miller, and after her school was done, Maria often assisted him at the mill. At the age of 18, she married Samuel Beasley and began to work as a dressmaker. It is said that her attendance at the 1876 World Fair in Philadelphia inspired her to become the innovator she is known for today. 2 years later, she received her first patent for barrel-making machine that earned her an unprecedented payday of over $20,000 a year, which would translate to well over $450,000 a year today. Newspapers at the time noticed her accomplishments, saying she made a small fortune out of the machine, whereas another mentioned that the machine was rolling out 1,500 barrels per day. Perhaps one of her most important patents was granted for improvements to the life rafts of the day, flat wooden contraptions that were difficult to store and even more difficult to lower into the water. Her changes included making the raft airtight to protect provisions, fireproof, and added guardrails that kept the people inside the boat, and metal floats. The design would go on to save hundreds of lives during the sinking of the Titanic. She received a total of 15 patents in the U.S. and 2 in Great Britain, including the steam generator for trains and an anti-derailment device for trains. Our next inventor was one of the first African American women to receive a patent. Little is known about Sarah E. Jacobs' early life except that she was born into slavery in Toledo, Ohio, sometime between 1850 and 1855. She received her freedom at the end of the Civil War and moved to Chicago, where she met and married Archibald Good, a carpenter. Some reports indicate the two eventually opened a furniture shop whose customers were mostly working-class people who lived in small apartments. In response, Sarah invented what she called a cabinet bed, the precursor to the Murphy bed patented in 1900. Sarah's piece was a roll-top desk complete with compartments for stationery and other writing supplies that folded out into a bed. Her goal was to balance out the weight during the action of folding the bed for it to be easily lifted up and to secure the bed on each side so it would stay in place when it was open. In 2012, the Sarah E. Good STEM Academy, formerly the Southwest Area High School, a science and math-focused high school, opened in her honor in the south side of Chicago. Our last inventor, Josephine G Cochran, was a wealthy socialite whose father was a civil engineer and grandfather was an inventor known for his steamboat-related innovations. When she discovered that her fine china was getting chipped during cleaning, she decided to wash the dishes herself. However, soon tiring of the task, she set about to create a machine that would do the work for her. Previous designs used scrubbers, but her design was more effective and less abrasive because it used water pressure. Unfortunately, her husband passed away during this time, leaving her with significant debt. Convinced of the viability of her product, she worked even harder to make the machine a success. Working in a shed behind her home, she got to work. She measured the dishes and constructed wire compartments that fit plate, cups, saucers, and more, and placed these inside a wheel that laid flat within a copper boiler. The wheel turned, powered by a motor, and soapy water would squirt up over the dishes to clean them. In 1886, she patented her design and began making them for friends, calling the machine the Cochran dishwasher. She also advertised the machines in local newspapers. She went on to found the Cochran's Crescent Washing Machine Company, and soon restaurants and hotels were very interested. In 1893, Cochran presented her machine at the Chicago World's Fair, where she won an award for its design and durability. The Garris-Cochran Manufacturing Company became part of KitchenAid, and in 1949, the first KitchenAid dishwasher based on Cochran's design was introduced to the public. I hope you've enjoyed today's Moments in History. If you'd like to learn even more history, please stop by my blog that can be found on my website at www.lindashentonmatcha.com. Please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel and click the bell icon to receive notifications of new episodes that are generally uploaded on the second and fourth Fridays of every month. Thanks for watching and have a great rest of your day.